Welcome in, everybody. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You got to click the bell icon for notifications to know when I go live. This is unbelievable. Like today where I'm going live a little earlier, so funny, not funny story. I was working and my work laptop just completely froze up on me. I could not get it to do anything. And couldn't even get it to restart. Took forever to try to get it to restart. Took 3 reboots to get it to restart. And finally, trusted installer. It got a blue screen at yes, please wait for trusted installer. And that went for about 5 minutes. And now it's doing some updates here and we're only at 10% complete. So instead of sitting on my ass, I decided to go live a little bit earlier than normal. I'm just going to work later this evening. I don't know why my work laptop, this really hasn't been my week this week, why my work laptop is behaving the way it is. Now, for today's live stream, I don't know that it's going to go according to plan in terms of how I envision the live stream going, because really the way I wanted to articulate today's live stream was I really wanted to hand it over to the power of the people, really. I wanted to hand over the microphone to you and ask you what charts you wanted me to chart today. Nothing monumentally has changed in the market. We're getting a lot of volatility today in terms of to the downside. So if there aren't as many live participants for today's live stream, what I'll do is I'll kind of take a look at a few charts that I think are value added. Thank you for everyone new tuning in. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. But right now, starting now, for anyone tuning in, feel free, and maybe I'll drop a comment here. Feel free to drop a chart you would like me to take a look at. So for those new tuning in, real quick, got a little bit of an earlier start to the live stream today because my work computer is not cooperating with me. So. Yes, we can definitely take a look at Theta. Welcome in, Levente. Appreciate the support. Let's take a look at Bitcoin first, and then I'm going to get right to your question. And ETC as well, Ethereum Classic, huh? Hey, glad M786WP. That is a very creative name. Glad you can catch it live. I know that I have people tuning in from all over the world here, so different times work better for different people. And we can take a look at GALA. Glad I'm getting some questions because that's what I was sort of counting on today. Now, keep in mind, I am the individual who's been coming out here every week for the past several weeks and saying, while the $25,000 level is certainly a possibility, it's on the table, I viewed it as a less probable scenario because most people, at least that I see on Twitter, are calling for this $25,000 level. Now, we do have an area of price confluence here at 26,500. The other thing to keep in mind, this is the 12-hour chart. What have I said? Historically, when we've entered these bull phases and we're ultimately going to be creating higher highs and higher lows on our way to set new all-time highs, we've taken a look at this 12-hour chart before. What likes to happen? Welcome in, Angry 8. What likes to happen with price on the 12-hour? Well, at different points, we like to come down here and revisit the 200 for a little bit of time and then go back up. There's another area of price confluence. The 200 is sort of flattening out. 200 pink line, moving average is flattening out. It's still increasing in value. Thumbs up, everyone. Appreciate the support. But this is going to act as another area of price confluence. We're sitting at 26,076. It's very possible that we could continue lower. We could wick below here and ultimately gravitate in this region around $26,000 before continuing up. Now, unfortunately, we need to turn this into a red area of resistance. The other thing that I pointed out, now I don't know if you guys caught this live stream, but something I had pointed out on an earlier live stream was that I was comparing this point in time roughly to around late September of 2020. And I said, if we follow something similar to late September 2020, what I did note was that once we had some sharp volatility, like this move down here where the RSI went below 30, what we did was we maintained a level on the RSI at or above 30. We're sitting right now at 30.03, okay? So if we did something similar, okay, to what we did back in September 2020, shouldn't really see this RSI go much below at all 30, okay? Now, what did I say when we were sitting at these levels? What could happen is you could get a rise in price like we saw here. It brings the RSI up, and then we ultimately fall back down, which brings the RSI down, right? So I'm not saying that price can't go down lower, but I'm saying you could use the RSI as a possible gauge in terms of expectations for bounces and low points on this chart if we are basing it on the hypothesis that we could see something similar to that run that we saw back in September 2020. The other thing I had pointed out on Twitter is I said the only thing that I am upset about as it relates to the corrections that are going on today is that I've shared with you I have a bonus coming in next week. And this market has a way of turning on a dime very quickly, okay? Based on the level of corrections that we've been seeing this week, we'll have to see how we finish off the week. I would almost expect to have some sort of sharp recovery to the upside next week. And what sucks about that is that would result in buying in at prices that are higher than at today's levels. I wish my bonus was coming in this week because I would be swapping that fiat for crypto. So that is the only thing I'm upset about today. So got a few questions. That's my coverage on Bitcoin. That's all I wanted to really talk about. Nothing too spectacular going on. But wanted to turn it over to you guys. Like I said in my comment here, feel free to drop a chart you would like me to take a look at. Also, make sure that you crush the thumbs up button because I'm not seeing a lot of participation there. Okay, so we got a few charts. The first one is Ethereum Classic. I haven't taken a look at Ethereum Classic in a little while, so we're going to take a look at that together. Looks like I put some fractal in here that did not pan out, or at least expectation. Okay, so this is Ethereum Classic on the weekly. Okay, now one of the things that I want to point out here, this is a chart I have not looked at in a while. Okay, and this bullish divergence, you can see the RSI is increasing in value as price is relatively just chopping around here and moving sort of in a straight line. This is still holding. There is some bullish divergence on the RSI, which is good to see. You can see for right now, big picture, I had a broadening wedge drawn earlier, but really for this broadening wedge to continue to play out, we'd have to make a plummet all the way down here, which I don't see happening. So right now, really what's going on is, let's kind of rechart this now that, what we can do is, the more price data that we do get, we can make more informed decisions in terms of how the price data is looking, right? We have a certain view back in March about how the price looks, and now that we're in the middle of May, we can make a more informed decision in terms of what's going on. You can see here that we have a descending area of resistance we ultimately need to get above. This is the most obvious thing that I see on the chart, okay? So we really need to start breaking up above this descending resistance, okay? Once we do that, I have some key areas of price confluence around 45 to, we're gonna call it 60 bucks. So really it's all about what you want to look for on Ethereum Classic, pretty straightforward. You want to look for a break. Sorry, I don't want this chart to get too crazy on me. So really what you want to look for on Ethereum Classic, you want to look for a break of this descending resistance. Now, what I have always said to you guys, very consistent in saying this, we have charted many, many times breaks of descending resistance. What oftentimes happens? Once we break the descending resistance, don't chase the trend. Don't chase it. Allow it to come back to you. Quite often, we come back and we revisit an area right around the descending resistance, okay? And we then treat it as a springboard, an area of support, and then we spring up in price action. So as soon as we break this descending resistance, look for this $45 to $60 area. Once we start getting candle body closes, okay, above $60, 59, 60 bucks on Ethereum Classic, that's when things are really going to pick up. Guys, I know we're sitting right now at $18 on Ethereum Classic, and you're like, oh my God, $60 is so far away. That's a 3X. If you feel that way, if you really do feel that way, you have not been here for a long time, okay? Crypto moves very quickly. When you go back in time and you evaluate the charts, what you see is the greatest rate of appreciation in your altcoins like this. It happens in the most condensed, shortest period of time, okay? You get these long, look at this. You get these long, drawn out ranges of accumulation. Okay, think about this spike here. It doesn't look like a lot, but from $3 all the way up to 12, and then we came back down here and we're resting around 5. We shot up from 5 all the way to 175 in a mere several months here, 5-6 months. Okay, so it does not take long for crypto to really move quickly. All right, so just keep that in mind. I hope that was helpful in Ethereum Classic. Theta. Take a look at Theta. By the way, real quick, before we get to Theta, I did want to speak on Alchemy Finance. Took the opportunity to scoop a little up today, just as I did yesterday. You can see this is why patience, okay? I had someone, I'm trying to catch up on a lot of, and I want to get better about this. Honestly, I really appreciate everybody's engagement on this channel a whole hell of a lot. And I've been very bad. I've been very bad lately about getting back to comments on YouTube. So I'm trying to catch up to that stuff, and I want to stay current with it. That's on my to-do list, to be a lot more current with that stuff. And I was going back, and it's funny because there are, and I don't take it serious one bit. I just sort of roll my eyes and laugh. But there are people who will look at a thumbnail and automatically assume they understand what the video is about, and they'll comment. Clearly, they have not watched the entire video, right? There was a troll talking about injective protocol. And if you actually watch the video on injective protocol, we're in the golden zone that I've spoken about. Yes, I do think that it's very possible for injective protocol to hit $100 plus. But I also spoke about it being overheated and very likely topping at $10. And coming back to a golden zone, which it's in right now. Same with Alchemy Finance, guys. This is why you don't want to chase a trend. If you missed, I said it in the video, and I'll repeat it here. If you missed this parabolic journey all the way from less than a penny up to over 5 cents, own it, accept it. You missed the run. The best thing you can do is not feed into your emotions. The best thing you can do is not go on Twitter and look at the big accounts and what they're saying and how Alchemy Finance is going to change the world and why you need to get in now. Had you been buying up at these levels, you would be down more than 50% on what you bought, okay? This is why I said stay patient. And all I did was it's not wizardry, okay? This isn't magic. This is what anyone who studies charts should be able to do. I looked at the price data, and I literally just identified logical areas that the prices could pull back to. You can see we initially entered the zone here, and then it started running up, and everyone thought, oh, okay, here we go. And I thought to myself, no, probably a lower high is going to come in. And that's exactly what happened. And ever since then, you can now see, now we're in this dark golden zone that I identified between 2.2 and 1.8 cents. This is where, never financial advice, this is where if I had capital to deploy, if I had even more capital at the moment to deploy, I would be aggressively buying the lower we get into this area. Aggressively buying, okay? But this is why you remain patient. Look at how long this took. We topped out in late February, and here we're sitting in early May. So you're talking about March, April, it took 2.5, almost 3 months later for this to play out. But you have to be patient and stick to your guns. Have a logical, educated view on things and not feed into your emotion. Very, very important, okay? And you learn the hard way. If you do feed into your emotions, you will definitely learn the hard way. Let's go to... I'm going to try to keep the live stream closer to 30 minutes. I've been running over lately, and I want to try to do a better job of keeping these a little bit shorter. So let me get to your questions here. Theta. Okay. Oh, look, my work laptop is cooperating. It looks like it's going to allow me to log on. Isn't that nice? Let me at least log on real quick so that, no. No? All right. Just so it's ready to go when I'm done doing this. And I can go back to studying the evidence of insurability process at the organization I work for. It's actually a really interesting project. Okay, let's get to Theta. This is on a 2. It looks like there's a lot of price data here. I would prefer to stick to a higher time frame when we have enough price data, like you can see here. So the first thing I would point out, it looks like we've broken some downward resistance here. A couple ways you can draw it, but I would draw it like just about like, doesn't have to be perfect, but right around there. Oh, we have not broken it. Okay, well, never mind. The other area of downward resistance, and again, you can draw these in several different spots just to, really what you're trying to do is you're trying to capture the strength of the move. So you can see there's 2 downward areas of resistance here. This shorter term one, we've broken, okay? Let's get that out. But this longer term one is still in play, all right? So you can see all these touches along here. We really need to break out from here. Is there any bullish divergence coming in? Let's go to a smaller time frame. Any bullish divergence building in the chart? Little bit, because you can see down here, a little bit of, we're not going to go through every time frame, but a lot of times what you can do, even if you want to evaluate a chart on a higher time frame, if you want to get a good idea in terms of if things will turn around in the shorter term, go to a lower time frame. Go to a lower time frame and try to see what you can discern from that chart. Bullish divergence is one of the #1 things you want to look for, because if you start to establish bullish divergence on a lot of the lower time frames, what that can lead you to conclude is that there's a higher probability, if it wasn't there otherwise, that we could see a trend change to the upside, whether it's temporary or permanent. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But you can see here on the 3-day, the RSI is increasing in value, because you can see at this point back here, price was here, and we've since declined in value, right? So there's a little bit of bullish divergence playing out here, but let's focus on the 2-week chart, okay? Price indicators, not too much to comment on there. RSI has plenty of room to run to the upside. MACD looks like it's getting closer and closer to having a positive cross. But let's focus on price data. Price action is king, so it's the #1 thing you're going to want to focus on. And let's establish some areas of support first. Where do we want price to cling on to and hold? Okay, well, clearly there's an area, and red is resistance, green is support. If you've been here for a while, you guys know this. By the way, stick around until the end of the live stream, because, man, I've never had such a fritzy computer before. I've had some bad laptops, but this thing has really been giving me this has been a pain in the ass this week. Stick around till the end of the live stream, because I'm gonna share with you more than likely when I'll be going live tomorrow. So if you want to catch it live, I'll give you at least a heads up. Really, there's one main area of support here, okay? This is the main area I need to see hold. It looks like this is on... Why is this calculated on market cap and not... What is happening? Oh, shit, sorry. I have this on a market cap view. I didn't flip this on an exchange. Sorry, I want to see price indicators and not market capitalization. Let's try this again. All right, so this is on the Binance exchange, starting over. So there is a downward area of resistance, okay? Again, you can clearly see we need to break the downward area of resistance. Now, where is there a level of support, okay? It's right around here, all right? So it's right around, we're going to call it 73 cents, okay? 0.73. Nice round figure. So what do we want to see happen? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we see a 2-week, again, this is a 2-week chart. This is a high time frame. It doesn't matter if we see a 2-week candlestick go below 73 cents. That is not super concerning, okay? That's volatility until the candlestick prints. We want the candle body to close above 73 cents, right? All the price action that occurs under here is all volatility until it prints. Until the candle body prints, it's just a price wick. That's all it has the potential to be, right? But we just want to make sure that we're getting candle body closes at or above 73 cents. Now, where are we going to run into problem spots? Would appreciate the support with a little bit of use of your thumb to hit the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. Or actually, you would use your index finger to click the thumbs up, but I would appreciate that. All right, so This is an area of resist. I actually prefer this area right around. Now I'm starting to get too cute. No, right there. Right there's good. So right around $1.30. All right. I know it says 1.313, but $1.30. So $1.30 is going to cause us a problem. Another area of price confluence, we can see the wick there. Does it correspond? Yes. So right around there. And there's another zone right around. Oh, absolutely. I would draw right around there. Yeah. So these are all the zones, right? So maintain 73 cents on a candle body closing basis, 2-week theta. Okay. Clear out of this descending resistance, all right? Clear out of this descending resistance. Then we're going to have an area at $1.30, $1.70, and about $2.11. We have all of this area of price confluence, okay? Once you start to see theta have 2-week candle bodies that are closing above $2, and in particular $2.11, now it's time to get a lot more excited because we have a lot more room to run, okay, all the way up towards $4, okay? So what I would suggest is until we start to break $2, that's my analysis of the chart, unless if something concretely changes. So come back once it passes $2.11, $2.11 on a closing body, candle body basis. I hope that you found that helpful. Let's see, we got ETC, we got theta. GALA, I saw GALA was having a decent amount of volatility here with the rest of the market. I feel like we just charted this one. Let's see if anything changed. Yeah, so this is a weekly. MACD, you don't want to see this thing cross. Rather not see that cross. RSI is at 40. Still a little oversold. Stochastic RSI is below 20 and it's negative. So we don't have a lot of momentum right now in GALA. It's definitely a little oversold. So we need momentum to pick back up. The other thing we need to do since the last time we charted this, green is for support. Well, we're breaking down but below these areas of support, right? So we're going to have to turn those into resistance, unfortunately. The next key area for GALA that we really want to see hold, because there's a big gap, okay? You really want to see 2.4 cents hold. You don't want to start to see GALA go below 2.4 cents. All right, we're sitting at 2.84 right now. Now that gives us about a little more than around a 20% cushion, right? We could still have a 20% move to the downside and still hold 2.4 cents, guys. And again, the charts that I'm charting for you, what I'm showing you, this level of volatility, the fact that we were all the way up at 6 cents and now we're at 2 cents, right? This is par for the course. Like I've been here for too long to see this stuff, okay? It's not uncommon for a chart like this to base out here, fake people out, maybe even wick below 2.4 cents and then shoot right up over 10 cents, okay? I've been here for so long and I've seen all this stuff. But really 2.4 cents is my line in the sand that I want to see hold on a candle body closing basis on the weekly. Now that we've turned these green areas into red areas of resistance, there are going to be some challenge spots for us. We need to break up above a psychological level of 3 cents, 3.2 cents. We have this descending area of resistance. We're going to have to break up above this. Then you're talking about 5 cents and 7.2 cents. So that is what I am seeing on GALA gains. What else do we have here? Optimism. Good question. And look at render. Absolutely. You're welcome, Levente. Do I have a chart for Opium? No. Do I have a chart? Yes, I do. I thought I charted this one. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what I got. Okay, I don't have anything. This doesn't have a lot of price data. That I do know. Let's look at maybe a 2-day. Okay, let's look at a 2-day. And let's throw on the MACD. Not sure why this chart doesn't have a MACD. This is optimism for everyone new tuning in. Okay, this is a 2-day chart. Not good. Not good to see the MACD turning down the way it is. This is very bearish here. You can see we've turned below zero. The histogram is turning dark red, which is very bearish. So that is not good to see. The RSI is very oversold. We're actually below 30. We're at 20. We're essentially at 30, but we're at 29.7. Now let's focus on price action, because price is king, right? So what areas of support do we want to ultimately, oh, there's a key area here. What area do we ultimately want to see hold, right? You're in this thing, or let's say you're looking to get in it and you want to know where a good opportunity to buy this is at. Got a question on UMA. There's a key zone right around here. And I don't want to get too cute with the numbers here, but it's right around right around $1.40. Okay, right around $1.40. Now we're sitting at $1.52, right? So there's a zone right around $1.40 that I really would like to see hold. If $1.40 does break to the downside, you're looking at a potential run down of another. What is that? 30, 26, 21, 15%. Because this is $1.20, right? And the difference between $1, you can spot check me on the math. This is in my head, but roughly the difference between $1.20 and $1.40 is 15%. So you want to see $1.40 hold. If it doesn't, you could see something 15% lower, possibly around $1.20. These are your key areas of support, okay, on optimism. Now, what about resistance? What's going to give us a problem once we start to run back up in price and people aren't crying salty tears? The crypto bears are crying salty tears, but the moon boys are rejoicing, and we are going up in value. Well, the first area here, it looks like there's a clear area. I'm going to say there's a zone. There's a zone around $1.80 to $1.90. Once price starts to recover in optimism, we're going to run into some problems around $1.80 to $1.90. Once we clear $1.90, come back to the channel. Okay, come back to the channel and we can reassess once we clear $1.90. That's what I would watch for on optimism. And by the way, if it feels like I'm going through some of these charts a little quickly, that is intentional. I'm trying to get to everyone's questions, and I don't want the live stream going for an hour. So let's see, render. That's a good question. I haven't taken a look at this one in a long time. I don't even have a chart for it. Let's go to Binance. Let's get off the price indicators. Now you can see, obviously, we don't have a lot of price data here, so similar situation to optimism. Let's see. Might be able to do a 3-day on this. I'm going to do a 3-day on render, okay? Who asked this question? Johnny NL. I've seen you in here before. Welcome in, my friend. And by the way, per my earlier comment, several minutes ago, thank you, and genuinely thank you to everyone who engages with me on YouTube. I am going to get better about getting back to everyone's comments. There's a plethora of comments out there I have not gone back to, which is pretty awful, so I need to get better about that, and I plan to. So let's see. First off, let's take a look at the price indicators. Let's do that. Get this damn thing off. Let's take a look at the price indicators. Now, this is a 3-day on render, okay? RSI is at a pretty healthy level. It's at 52. All right, looks good. MACD is starting to cross. Don't like to see it. It's nothing overly concerning at the moment. It's not like the prior chart we were looking at where we were in dark red on the MACD with optimism on the 2-day. But we do see on the histogram here, red's coming in and a negative cross, which is not good to see. Stochastic RSI, welcome in, Annabella from the Philippines. Good to see you back. Stochastic RSI, we have a negative cross down. We're actually below 20. The blue line is at 18.65, which is below 20. Not good to see. I want to see this thing flatten out, curl back up, and get above 20. We need a little bit of momentum to pick back up in this thing. But again, that's par for the course with the rest of the market, so nothing alarming or surprising here. This looks like a bit of a stronger play, to say the least, at the moment. So let's see where we want price to hold. And actually, something else I just saw on this chart. Let's talk about some problem spots. I see an uptrend here. how would I draw this? There is a trend to the upside. I'm not sure how I want to draw that. No matter how I draw it, it's through it now. When does this candle? Wednesday. Okay, so that prints Saturday. So what I would watch for, this is interesting. So what I would watch for is what would express a really large degree of strength in the price. Well, I don't know how possible it is because this line is extremely vertical. This is a 3-day candlestick that just was created yesterday, okay? So this candlestick will be comprised of price action from yesterday, today, and tomorrow, okay? If we can get this body above this trend line, that would express a high degree of strength within the chart because this is a very vertical line here. Let's take that out for now. Thumbs up to everyone new tuning and appreciate the support for the channel. Taking your questions live here. Let's talk about some areas of support though, okay? First thing I want to, anytime I'm looking at a chart, the first thing I want to understand is not the very first thing, but one of the first things I want to understand is where are we at in relation to key areas of price confluence that we can anticipate holding as support, okay? And again, we try not to get too cute on this channel. I like to create a zone. I like the round numbers. You would think as an actuary, I would want to be more precise and it would drive me nuts and I'd want to round every number to the, no, not, I am not your typical actuary. No, let's keep it stupid simple. Let's not overcomplicate things. I find people in life, people in my personal life I have found, and people at work tend to sometimes just overcomplicate things. Yeah, so there's really a zone right now, ultimately, and I'll actually put one more line, not to overcomplicate this, but I just talked about overcomplication. So really there's a huge zone here. This is my box, really? What did I just say? This is my box right here, okay? This here is ultimately where I don't want to see candle body closes close below. This rectangle right here, okay? And it lies between $1.55 and $1.40. So as long as render really on a candle body closing basis on a 3-day maintains itself between $1.40 and $1.55, I'm not concerned. That's the area that I want to see hold. You can see, that you could still see, an 18% drop in price and we're perfectly fine. Keep in mind, again, price wicks are price wicks. I'm talking about candle body closes on the 3-day. Now, where are we going to run into problem spots? I think it's rather obvious. There's a lot of wicks in here that are presenting themselves on the chart. There's an area right around, red is resistance, green is support, right? There's an area right around $1.85. Now, $2 is going to be a psychological area, okay? So as soon as you draw, you can pretty much, I can pretty much guarantee you right at $2, yeah, 202. Yeah, there's your area of price confluence, and actually, I'll draw 3 lines. So this is a 202. This is 220. So this is where you're going to have a decent amount of resistance, okay? So this is where I would sort of, box off kind of an area of heavy resistance, okay? You're going to find heavy resistance on render between $1.85 and $2.20, okay? Decent amount of variability within there. It's about a 15 percentage point swing, right, within here. So between $1.85 to $2.20, once we start to clear $2.20 on render, come back to the channel. We will rechart it, okay? We will rechart it. We'll reassess the key areas of price confluence for support and resistance moving forward. But this is really what to watch for in the short term. Let's hold $1.40 to $1.55, and we need to break somewhere between $1.85 to $2.20 to start feeling, mega bullish. Not mega bullish, excuse my words, to start to feel a little bit more bullish on the chart. And obviously the next area, might as well just hit on this. You can see our swing high here was at 260. So once we clear 260, that's when things will really, really start to get interesting, because the only area of price confluence then you're talking about once we clear 260, it's just this stuff, Okay, it's just this massive rundown in price, right? Not a lot of price confluence up there. What that means is when there's not a lot of price confluence, appreciate the support and the thumbs up, everyone. When there's not a lot of price confluence as you start to move up, there's less resistance, okay? So it's a lot easier for prices to run up and do sort of like a blue sky breakout. So this is a good chart setup. I like this one. Of all the ones we've looked at so far, this might be my favorite. I like the theta setup too. But Render has a really nice setup here. Render has a very nice setup here. I really like this chart a lot. Thank you for asking the question. That was, I forget who that was. That was Johnny. Thank you for asking the question. Uma, I just updated that the other day. I want to try to get to everyone's questions. I appreciate the question, Umer. Let's take a quick look at it, but nothing super material to report on there. I just looked at this the other day. And if you're not following me on Twitter, by the way, I mean, I know I charted this one out several times. Yeah, so we've gotten the initial break of what I'm expecting. This is on the weekly. We've gotten the initial break of what I've been suspecting we would get, kind of pointing out some things I've already spoken to earlier. Really what I'm waiting for now is I'm waiting for this weekly candlestick to print, and I'm waiting for May and early June to kind of pan out here, because I still feel that UMA could very easily double or more in value from where it's at. I'm still waiting for it to get up to this 0.382 fib retracement level that I've spoken to at around 540. I've targeted the zone between 450 and 850. Nothing has changed. The MACD, you can see, it's starting to really churn up. We're almost above zero on the weekly, which is great to see. This is one you definitely want to keep on your list, in my opinion. It's been one that's gotten no traction, no attention. It's been going sideways and doing jack shit. And it finally had the breakout, part of the breakout that I have been waiting for, but not the full extent of it. I still think this thing has a large leg to the upside in the shorter term, and we'll have to see. But thank you for asking the question. Let's take, seeing what time we're at, I think I'm going to take one more. Oh, you follow me on Twitter. Nice. I'm going to take one more question real quick. Grelf. Ugos. Welcome in, brother. Ugos, I don't think I've seen you in a little while. Oh, Billy, you should have been here earlier, man. We already talked BTC. Yeah, I'm not getting this one, my friend. What is this even? Yeah, I don't know that I can chart this one. Did you I don't even know what the hell this is. Grelf Pangolin on Avalanche. Really? I'm not familiar with this one. I don't want to waste anyone's time here because I can't find it. But did you give me the correct information? Because this is all I'm seeing, and this looks like poo-poo. So I don't know that I'm going to chart this one. You know what? Join tomorrow, and we can take a look at whatever you're asking, Ugos. I know you've been a long-time supporter. Sorry, I have no idea if you had a typo or that really was what you were looking at, but there's nothing there I see to chart. So, okay, so for everyone who's stuck around, quick announcement for tomorrow. Trying to figure out in my schedule for tomorrow when it would work best to live stream because, Fridays more than likely moving forward. A lot of those Fridays, I'm going to try to live stream at a different time during the day just so I have my Friday evening open, quite frankly. So I'm going to try to keep my Friday evening open tomorrow. So what I'm thinking is that I can squeeze an early live stream in tomorrow around 11 or 11:30, okay, a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Probably closer to 11:30 Eastern Standard Time is more realistic. But I think I can squeeze a quick 30-minute segment in there. For tomorrow's live stream, what I'm going to do is pretty consistent with prior live streams. I want to cover a few charts and talk about what you want to watch for going into the weekend with some weekly closes on some key charts. And then, as always, I will open it up to you guys and ask, you can ask away and ask me to chart anything you'd like. So again, look out for notifications. You have to click the bell icon to know when I'm going to go live. But look for notifications tomorrow around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, definitely not p.m. I'm not a night owl. I am a morning person. I will be up tomorrow. I'll probably be up tomorrow at 4:30 actually. So check that out. I hope everybody enjoyed the live stream. Again, thanks to my work laptop. This is why I went earlier than normal. That's why it's important to click the bell icon to know when I go live. And now I'm going to get back to work since my laptop, I think, is done doing whatever the hell it was doing. So thank you for everyone who tuned in. If you missed the beginning of the live stream, make sure to rewind and take a look. We talked about Bitcoin. Nothing super surprising or alarming going on. So hang in there. Put your emotions aside and just exercise your logic. Until tomorrow, everybody, spread awareness and carry the education forward. I will see you back here tomorrow earlier, much earlier than normal. Take care, everybody.